Hello everyone, welcome back to another episode of Landric Plays Domina, and we've just finished a whole bunch of research at one go, so let's take a quick look at that. So our Doctore has finished, I think it was blade control, yeah it must have been blade control that we did last, so we're doing slightly more damage already. We can unlock, no we can't unlock the Momelo training yet, that's a bit too expensive. In fact, we are running a little bit short on coin, so maybe we should go for one of the cheaper ones. I mean, we're mostly using Sword and Shield Thrayexes, so I guess let's go for the Shield defense bonus. And our Architect's finished as well. Well, we'll get you to do something cheap. We'll just get you to gather some rocks. That'll help our strength training. You're actually technically a little bit injured, so we could heal you, get an extra couple of hit points. It's not a lot, but it could make all the difference. I don't think you train while you're healing, but luckily you don't have much to heal, so that should be fine. The rest of you're still all going strong. The Educator's done as well, so what can we get out of you? Well, we don't have any wine, so let's rectify that. And we'll get some food and water while we're there as well. So we can stop them losing morale if they surrender, but I'm not expecting them to live through the crowd's whims if they do surrender, so maybe not that. Increase, or rather decrease, the time they take to heal after being injured, or max stamina and stamina recharge rate. Let's go for this one. You're still researching something. Doesn't tell me what, but that's fine. You're done collecting stones. Well, gather some more stones, and we'll put those over here. And our next fight. So we are up against Brutidius. There's quite a lot of gold at stake here, though. So let's do our best to grab that. So we've got no obstacles, one gladiator, and we're allowed to pick one of our own. So let's put Savius in there again. He has done us proud so far. I'm sure he will keep that up. And let's throw him into it. Prepare for battle. Listen to the roar of the crowd. They're going to be absolutely thrilled to see this. So this guy he does seem to be a bit better equipped than before, but wow, no, okay, never mind, it didn't matter. He submitted super quick. So we get all the gold, the wine, the water, the slaves, ooh, another blessing, and one whole extra coin from the crowd because they were so pleased with us. I don't know how we increase crowd favour, whether it is a case of they want the fight to be drawn out rather than that short. So maybe if we put on more of a show for them, they'll throw more money our way. You didn't even really take a scratch, did you? Brilliant. Aha, so you finished that? Oh, in fact, you've all finished your research. Brilliant. Let's go for aimed defense. You can get the heal boost. You can start on... I tell you what, we'll get the wall reinforcements. They do take a long time, but I suspect they will prevent some fairly bad events in the future. Speaking of events, having the ear of both the Legate and the Magistrate, your competitor has managed to convince them that you have stolen wine from them. The Legate storms into your villa and demands an explanation. He is interrupted by the Magistrate, who repeats the same demands. It is obvious that someone has actually stolen wine from their villas. Interesting. So we can replace both their wine for 32, we can replace one of their wine, we can replace the other one's wine, or we can decline to replace anyone's wine because we have not stolen anything and the accusation is absurd. So the other nice thing with Twitch integration is that if you're streaming this, your chat can vote on which option they want you to take, but for now I'm playing this by myself and I will decide for myself. And we're not going to replace anyone's wine because it's ridiculous. We've saved ourselves some wine, but we've infuriated both of these guys. They're still mostly positive. And you know, I don't want to favour one over the other, that would be ridiculous. It's the principle of the thing. What have we got here? So we can improve repair speed, or we can get some more blueprints. I think we're going to get armour blueprints, because we basically give everyone armour, because of course we do. So it makes sense that we make that a little bit cheaper for ourselves. While we've got some spare cash, let's buy all the food and water that we can as well. And then do we want to do anything else? Oh, that's right, we got an extra blessing. 500% agility training. I guess we'll add it to you and then we can remove it later. That's right, let's... we've got to play around with the training priorities of our new slaves. So we'll sort of go for that. You're still 100, you're still 100. We should probably boost the defense and agility of that a little bit. Yeah, you definitely need some work. In fact, you've got quite good health, so we'll probably keep you around for now. But as it starts eating into our food and water supplies, we definitely we're going to want to prune some of our resources, let's say. That'll do for now. And we'll just let them carry on. So our next battle is relatively soon, so we've got some spare gold. I tell you what, let's increase this guy's armour. In fact, yeah, the Jupiter's mail is much, much lighter and actually much more defensive, so hopefully that'll improve his ability quite a lot. Now, we've saved quite a lot of weight by getting rid of the standard mail, so maybe we should sort of spend that weight, if you like, on something else. In fact, we can increase the skirt as well. That's a little bit better. And can we afford a shield? No. Let's get some better pauldrons. There we go. That'll do. Of course, the last thing we want to do is to spend all of our money on one person and then to have them get defeated. But for now, it looks like we're still up against people who've got not exactly the best weapons and armour in the world, so we're still probably fine. Oh, and he's chained to the floor as well, so we're in a pretty good position, I think. In fact, yeah, he's got 2 tiny daggers, we've got a sword and a shield, and he's chained to the floor. Wow, 101 damage in a single strike. That's pretty impressive. So, Savius is definitely becoming our champion. There we go, we won a whole bunch more stuff. His abilities got even better, so we might want to spread some of that training around, because he does get quite a lot of experience and stat increases for winning all of these fights. I guess we might as well get the last upgrade here. And you just started, right? Again, you've got really good base health, so I don't really want to get rid of you just yet. Even though I'm not going to put you in any fights or give you any equipment, it's nice to have you around. So you just finished that. Evasive roll, polearm defense, nimble stance. We'll go with nimble stance. We'll have them be a bit quicker on their feet, have them run around a little bit more. We should probably upgrade your weapon at some point, but not just yet, because we've still got our 3 frontline fighters. And I think I will sort of focus on throwing some of the others into the fray a little bit. So maybe the next battle we'll see just how dangerous it is. There you go. You've finished researching that. Go for the evasive roll. Oh, and here we go. So interesting. So we are. We've got many versus many, so it's many of our gladiators versus many of their gladiators, and these 3 look pretty tough. Particularly this guy, he worries me a bit. These other 2 don't look super well equipped, and they've not got the highest health in the world. But even so, I don't really want to risk any of our gladiators here, because we've only got... I mean, we're in a similar situation. We've got 1 very good guy and 2 sort of... I don't know, not quite substitutes, but they've basically been on the bench this entire time. So here's a lot of money, it's 400 gold. And if we refuse the fight, then we will really annoy the magistrate. Of course, what we can do is we can just put Claudius here and let him fend for himself. Because if we're going to commit, we have to commit quite strongly, and these guys don't really have the best weapons, so I should have definitely given them something. Yeah, I think we just let we put Claudius up against these 3. Best of luck, Claudius. They are all chained to the floor, so we would have had that as a slight advantage. But yeah, he's not going near them. Oh no, he got free. Someone from the crowd throw him a weapon, quick! Run, Claudius, run! Oh no. Yeah, he didn't do fantastically there. But that's fine. It wasn't his job to do fantastically, it was his job to put on a show. In fact, see, we got 92 coins just as a consolation prize. I think because that fight lasted for so long, perhaps. So the educator's done, but he's got nothing left that we can research. However, if we fire him, we lose all of the bonuses, in particular this anatomy bonus. So he is now just going to sit there and carry on doing what he's doing. What should we do here? Shield blueprints or helmet? So all of our gladiators are going to have helmets. Not all of them are going to have shields, so we'll focus on the helmets, even though it technically earns us slightly less money. And before I forget, let's upgrade you with a proper sword and shield and stuff as well. And I tell you what, some good armor as well, ish. Gonna invest in you a little bit. Because you've got relatively good health. Yeah, that'll be fine. In fact, so let's put you on this training spot here. There's no need to get rid of this guy, even if he's not quite as good, because he's patronaged, or rather, he has a patron. So one of the either the magistrate or the legate are paying for his food and water costs, so that's fine. He's not. Ooh, okay. Interesting. So we're only against the one gladiator. However, there are 2 lions. He's not a very well equipped gladiator, and as long as we don't go near the lions, it's probably fine. And that's a lot of food and water at stake, and a little bit of wine as well. So I think... So we're not going to put Savius... Oh, you got an upgraded helmet, nice. No, we're not going to put Savius up there yet. Who did we just spend that money on? Was it Augustus? Or Cassius? Who's feeling lucky? I tell you what, we'll put Cassius in there. For those who are about to die... Good luck, Cassius. So as long as he doesn't go near those lions, we're probably fine, and they are chained up. He doesn't have a whole bunch of health advantage, but he does have much better armor, so I think he's going to be okay. Oh no, don't go near there. Oh no, the lion got free. Oh, in fact the lion ate the opponent. That was lucky. How badly injured is Cassius? And hey, we got our first... I can't remember the name of the class. Let's go back to the Ludus and have a look. So this is Marcius, or Marcius, or how you say that, and he is a Retiarius, which in simple terms is a guy with a shield and a sword and a spear, and not a lot else. But these are quite good. They have a lot of range, and that is definitely an advantage. So, and he's got a reasonable amount of health, so right away I'm gonna go for the whole strength and weapon and meditate combo. And I'm sure I could be microing these way more efficiently, but you know, this is good enough. But I'm definitely going to upgrade your stuff. I'm gonna upgrade your shield, upgrade your armor just a touch. How much more can we afford to spend on you? I want to spend quite a lot on you because I do like this class. So he's only got pauldrons and greaves on one side, so he's a little bit vulnerable. Oh, and that was all of our money. Whoops. But that's okay, probably. So because you're so injured, I'm going to. Ooh, and you're very upset. Why are you upset? It's, included by victories, adequate food and water, adequate rest, and rewards. So I guess you feel that we didn't reward you enough for defeating a guy and some lions. Alright, I tell you what, you can have some wine. Just a little bit of wine. 20 wine. That didn't seem to affect anything at all. Okay, no wine for you then. And you can stand over there. Maybe you're just upset because you're injured. So maybe when you're healed, you'll feel much better about things. So one thing we could do, because we are low on cash and we've got a bit of time before our next fight, is we could attend a pit fight. So this will cost us a coin. And so you're against Tiberius, who's another sword and pike or halberd guy. Sorry, a shield and halberd guy. So do we gamble our best guy? So our second best guy is injured. He's definitely not going to go up against him. We could put our newest Retiarius against him. So it's spear versus spear. Yeah, let's give it a go. So we did just pump a whole bunch of money into this guy, which on the one hand means this is a very risky investment, or rather a very risky fight, but on the other, he's much more likely to survive it. So we can earn 115 gold very quickly, and that will help us equip the rest of our our gladiators. Here we go. Alright, so this is a much, a very different arena this one is. We're just in some underground... Oh, he missed the net throw. And he's stuck in a net. Oh no. He's taking quite a lot of damage. Can he get to his net? Oh no, he lost. This means we have to hurriedly click to save his life. No, didn't even come close there. Drat, so we lost that investment. That's really, really annoying. And we didn't even get that much money in crowd favour. Who are you? Did we... Hang on, did we somehow get a slave anyway? Magistrate's cousin has been slain under mysterious circumstances. Would you dedicate 35 coin to the investigation? Well, we don't have 35 coin, and I wouldn't anyway. The magistrate is disappointed we did not share his thirst for justice. It's fine. He can be grumpy all he likes. He still likes us. He's still patronising one of our gladiators. It's a bit of a shame that we lost that guy, though. Or rather, it's a bit of a shame that we lost all of the armour that we'd glued to him. Still, we've got next battle soon. You're still healing, so I'm not that worried about training you over there, but we will put you over. Yeah, you look new. I don't know where you came from. Do we get a gladiator for free somewhere? In any case, you can go over there. I would really, really like to give you some more armour before, and certainly some more weapons, because this is, this is our first Mamillo gladiator, which means he's got the double swords. Which means he can do a supreme amount of damage if he's got fairly good weapons. They're very agile, they sort of roll all over the place. You can give them two-handed weapons later on. There you go, two days until the next battle. We've got 300 days left until the Grand Championships, and at some point we are going to have to face the regional championships. Okay, this guy, he's only got a wooden sword. He doesn't look that kitted out in armour. Level 13 defense overall. Who do we want to put up against him? So we could put Savius, our champion. In fact, his helmet's been upgraded again. I could put new Mamillo up, but we've not. So on the one hand, basically the counter, the opposite as before, we haven't put any money into this guy, which means it's not a huge waste if he dies, but on the other hand, he's much more likely to die. So I think we'll go with Augustus over here. He's relatively well kitted out, he's got a reasonable number of hit points, and he could stand to get some experience. There's quite a lot of gold hanging in the balance, and it's not just a case of if we lose this guy, we lose all of the gold that we've spent on him, but we also lose the reward. Alright, let's give it a shot. Prepare for battle. Come on, Augustus, I believe in you. You can do this. You got this. Okay, he's off to a good start, but they're both... Oh no, he's off to a terrible start. This guy's running circles around him, he's just so fast. So in the end it was quite close, but yeah, no cigar. Which means we are kind of struggling for cash right now. So we've got enough food and water for a little bit. Get the wine as well, because why not? But we do need to start winning fights, because otherwise we're not going to be able to afford any upgrades. So yeah, we can't afford any of these. We could technically spend some money on mind control, but I'm not going to do that, because A, we don't need to spend the resources on it, and B, you know, I enjoy... It feels more management-y game if they sort of fight themselves and I just handle the training. I mean, because we can only afford low stance, it sort of makes sense to get it. We can afford the coal pit as well. So let's get a coal pit. We'll get some agility training on there. We can't afford... Oh, we can afford the improved anvil. So I guess we spend our money on that as well. So we can. So we are doing some upgrades, just not necessarily the best ones. He's already like relatively highly leveled though. Where are you? So your strength is really good. Your defense and agility. In fact, your agility is pretty good as well. Yeah. Okay. You're doing pretty amazingly. So yeah, we need to put you in more fights. We need to get more victories. Oh, we got another one coming up soon. We could... Ah, you've just finished as well. We'll spend a little bit of money upgrading you. fully upgraded sword. There we go, we'll get you that as well. And let's just quickly check that everyone's training meditate, because you're not. You're brand new as well. Same for you. Strength and weapon. And you're on 100 as well. There we go. So maybe we want to get rid of some of these slaves who are just who are sort of just jogging on the spot naked. Okay, here we go. So we're against 3, and this one is a gauntlet. So it's a series of one-on-one duels. So we can put up 3 of our own gladiators, and they will fight one at a time. So if we put what's his name? Savius first, he will probably cut his way through both of those, like unarmed and unarmoured slaves. I mean, miracles do happen. It's entirely possible one of them could get thrown a sword and cut Savius's head off in one go, but it's unlikely. So I feel if we put him first, in fact, we could put somebody else first and have him as backup to finish off the last guy in case they get wounded. In fact, I think that's what I'm going to do. It might be good and a good idea to put Murmillo, but he will almost certainly die to the last guy, even if he does cut his way through the first ones. But it would be nice to get him some XP, so maybe we put him last. That's what I'm going to do. I'm going to go Cassius, Savius, Annius. And hopefully they go out in that order as well. Maybe we don't get to choose it though, because that's not the order I put them in. In fact, that's alphabetical order. Do they go out in alphabetical order? That would be kind of ridiculous. Right, maybe we don't put Annius in, just in case. Okay, so hang on, in this one it's still in the same order. So as long as it stays in this order... No, it's not the right order. Oh dear. Okay, so we take Annius out. Who do we put in? Well, I mean, the only other person with weapons is Damophilius, and he's not fantastic. So, alright, fine. Annius goes in. Done. Except it's not even a whole bunch of gold. See, Annius did show up first, so he will cut his way through these guys. I'm going to chase him around a bit. He's bashing him with essentially wooden sticks. I don't know how sharp a wooden sword is, but this is probably a pretty horrible way to go. He's running for that sword, so he could... If that's actually a decent sword, he could do... So he surrendered. But he managed to grab one of the weapons. So Annius, yeah, is taking a beating. I don't know if he'll survive the last go, unless he gets very lucky. He's doing quite a bit of damage, though, from sort of just staying out of his... Oh, no, there he goes. So here we go. There we go. Okay, so we got... So, yeah, so we lost one guy, but the rest got a reasonable amount of XP. And we got some reward in the end. A couple of slaves, and a blessing, which is nice, and a reasonable amount of crowd favour, which is good. So that'll put us in better standing. So yeah, we've got 250 gold, still got plenty of food and water. We're doing okay. We've still got 300 days left, but we do want to sort of train our A team, because the regional championships are brutal, and we can put normally about 3 gladiators in at once. So let's get sort of our A team trained up, and then we can worry about dealing with these sort of substitutes later on. But as for now, that is going to be the end of the episode, so thank you very much for watching, and I will see you next time.